Last week we hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and I just want to thank you again for the continued support. And I asked you here on YouTube and on Instagram to throw some questions at me for a little Q&A. So let's answer some of those questions. Scott asks, hey James, did you ever have times where you either took a break from trading or considered quitting altogether? Congrats on the 10K. Thanks, Scott. To be honest, I never have. Being in the West Coast, I'm off by 1. So if I had a really long trading day, I pretty much have the entire rest of the day to do whatever to kind of recharge. I may go watch a movie or take my son to the theme park. I also recently took up golf, so I can go do that and just be ready to go the next day. Or if I had a really long week, then I have the weekend, I get all the holidays off, and I'm always in Vegas or traveling. So I never feel the need to take a break. And as a matter of fact, I actually hate missing action in the market. And in terms of quitting, I also never had that thought really. I mean, I love trading. I have found a lot of success in it, but I do have bigger plans for myself in the future. So there'll be a point in time where I may not spend as much time in the market as I do now, but I will always do some sort of trading, whether it's day trading, swing trading. I'm a trader for life. Jordan asked, what are your long-term goals 5 to 10 years from now, both trading wise and your goals outside of trading? I don't know about 10 years from now, but in the next couple of years, trading wise, I do want to get into more teaching, which is one of the main reasons why I started this YouTube channel. I've also been getting a ton of requests for courses, so definitely creating more content around trading is in the plan. But more than that, what I really want to get into is doing live events. So like an in-person mentorship program, similar to the one I took when I first started. Just sit down with like a small group of 10 serious traders where I can teach and trade live with for like an entire week. I also want to do live seminars, maybe some motivational speaking, and just help change people's lives for the better. And I know it all starts with me being able to do it myself first, having that credibility, which is another reason why I started this channel, is to prove to you and myself that this is real and it can be done. As for goals outside of trading, when I first got into trading, I told myself I found my passion. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But now I realize that this is just the beginning. The money and the time I get from trading has opened doors for other opportunities. It's led me to some early IPO investing. I have rental properties now. I recently invested in some land with some developers. We actually closed escrow just a few weeks back. So whatever active income I get from day trading, I've been pretty much pouring that into 3 asset vehicles: stocks, real estate, and business. If you didn't know, we still have our apparel business, which I still consult in, but my wife pretty much runs the show over there. And I am looking into other business ventures as well. But more than trying to work my way to wealth, I'm trying to multiply my income to wealth, planting seeds right now in hopes of the next 5 to 10 years, they'll grow into nice, big, healthy trees I can park my private jet under. Alexander asks, if you could choose only one indicator for the rest of your life, which one would that be? That's pretty easy. If you watched any of my live trading videos, you know I don't use a lot of indicators. I don't like my charts looking like spaghetti. And I like to keep it simple. So really the only indicators I use is the moving averages and volume. And with volume, I'm only using that for counter trend plays. And I do also have the VWAP on some of the charts, but the VWAP is not gonna make or break my trade. So to be honest, I probably can get away with using just one indicator, and that would be the moving averages. Simple, exponential, doesn't matter, as long as they're all the same across all my charts. Tring asks, hi James, congrats on the 10K subs, well deserved. Did you ever get FOMO revenge trade? If so, how did you deal with that? I usually get into revenge trading, and until I realize that, it's usually too late, lost too much money, and then felt really bad about myself. Please make more videos about trading psychology. Thank you so much again. Yeah, I think FOMO and revenge trading is something we all go through in our trading journey and even in our daily lives, right? We may get FOMO when our friends go out and are having fun without us, or we may want to seek revenge to those that hurt us. As Tupac says, revenge is the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. So I think it's not really about getting rid of these emotions. I mean, it's in our nature to feel them. We're human, we're not robots, right? Which means it's more about how well can I control these emotions. And what's helped me is setting and having rules and instructions. So when I first started, I literally wrote out like a checklist of all my strategies, all my setups, all the criteria that I need for me to take a trade. So every trade I come across, I would go through the checklist, and if the criteria isn't met, then I simply just pass on the trade. And what this allows me to do is I'm trading what I'm seeing and not what I'm feeling. Think of it as dieting. So imagine you're on a diet, and every day you're walking into this free buffet that's filled with the most delicious foods and desserts, and it's all free for you to take. It's going to be very hard for me to stick to the healthy foods and avoid the sweets and the fried foods day in and day out, especially if I'm coming in starving and unprepared. But if I can set a detailed meal plan every day, know exactly what I'm gonna eat before I go in there, now I have more control over those cravings. Does that make sense? But trading, I will definitely make more videos on trading psychology. All right. Kate asks, if your patterns were to stop working, how would you go about creating new ones? This is actually why I trade multiple strategies, not just day trading. I also do a lot of swing trading, which I don't think I've posted anything about yet on this channel. So with day trading, I have the gap trades, the scalps, the counter trend plays, the late afternoon breakouts. The swing trades, I have the pattern trades, the transition plays, the earnings plays, gap fades. I mean, I do a lot. So I don't think I'll ever have a time when all of them will start working all at once. But I will say that there are seasons to what works better than the others. So some quarters or years, the day trades will be popping off, while the swing trades not so much, and vice versa. Same goes with all the strategies within them. But now that you mention it, I think it would be pretty cool to discover like a new strategy that works. But the question is, would I share it? Sean asks, what was your biggest learning curve? My biggest learning curve, I would have to say, is trade management. I think it's something I always have to work on and can never perfect, because the whole idea of it is that I'm trying to maximize the profits on the winners and minimize the losses on the losers, all without getting shaken out. So in hindsight, almost never do I end up managing a trade perfectly. There's always something there that I could have done better. And I do have a way of also tracking that, which I'll share with you in a later video. But trade management is the reason why we can all get into the exact same trade at the exact same price, but all come out with different results. Some of that has to do with how well we can read price action, and a lot of that has to do with how well we can control our emotions and have an objective approach. Sud Kanuka asks, should you set a profit goal for the day based on account size, and once you reach it, you stop for the day? I don't set a ceiling for my profits, but I do set a floor for my losses. If I lose more than 4 risk units, if I get 4 full stop outs, I'm clearly not reading the market right, and this avoids me from blowing up my account, and I'm saving my capital to fight another day. So when the market is good, it's always best to take advantage of that as much as possible. But if I am up a lot, I will protect some of my profits so that I don't give everything back at the end of the day, because the worst thing you can do is turn a green day into a red day. Dawn asks, what is the most expensive item you have ever purchased? If we're not counting homes or cars, I would say probably my Rolex that I'm wearing right now. This is a presidential day-date, all gold with a champagne dial with diamond baguettes. Price tag, about 45 G's. This was my grail watch growing up, just a solid gold Rolex. Such a timeless piece, and it was a gift to myself once I got my money right. And what I really like about Rolex is that it holds its value. So if I were to resell this right now in today's market, I can probably make all of my money back, or maybe even more. G the Great asks, books to read. So what initially got me going down the rabbit hole of financial education was Rich Dad Poor Dad and the Cash Flow Quadrant, both by Robert Kiyosaki. Those books kind of lit the fire in me to kind of wanting to make a lot of money. And then earlier reads, I would say the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber for my business, and also Shoe Dog by Phil Knight stands out, amazing book. And a recent read I really liked was The Almanac of Naval Ravikant by I forget who, but highly recommend that one. And then for trading, if you know me, one of my favorite books is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. So yeah, I mostly read just self-improvement books, just money books, business, anything wealth building related. Justin asks, what is your max squat? The most I've squatted is 455, and I'll show a video on that, or else it never happened, right? And that was probably at an RPE 9.5, which means I think I could have added another 5 to maybe 10 pounds on there. But my goal was to hit a 500 squat. But once the pandemic hit, all the gyms shut down and I got really busy with trading. But that goal is still alive. I'm still pretty confident I can hit a squat of around 430s right now. So if I can get back into a powerlifting program, I'll probably need to hire a coach, but I will definitely try to hit a 500 squat in my lifetime. All right, that's gonna do it for now. If I didn't answer your question, know that I probably answered it in my previous Q&A, or I already made a video on it. And there were also a lot of similar questions, so I tried to narrow it down. But I'm surprised I didn't get any juicy questions. I mean, the questions I received were like 99% all trading related, which is fine, but I was expecting more fun questions as well. And by the way, if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm in Vegas right now. So as you can see, I'm by the pool in the cabana at the hotel, here with the family. But I just want to thank you again for the support. There's a lot more content I want to give you, so stay tuned for that. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you on the next one. Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. No, you're good.
My name's Casey. I'm going to be your host for the
Okay.
day today. Be with you all day. Can
Yeah.
I get you started with anything?
We're just going to wait for